Mic check, 1 2 1 2. It's the boy Denzel coming out of this room. Hey. Alright guys, what's up and welcome to another video on the channel, man. Today, bro, I just kind of want to address how Dana absolutely tripping. Like, first off, I just kind of want to start with the Francis shit. Hands down, Francis now probably has the best MMA contract ever. And for Dana to randomly at a press conference just completely shit on it, that Francis later tweeted out basically asking Dana what's his problem with him. Francis was like, hey, I did my contract, I signed my contract, finished it, and like I did everything you asked me to do. He was like, when I was in the UFC, when you asked me to promote something, when you asked me to fight someone, I agreed to pretty much everything. And now he's like, our deal's done, our contract's over, I'm moving on to the next chapter of my life, and you're still here just shitting on me for no reason. And from Dana's side, I definitely do get how he's like, okay, if you're not in the UFC, catch this smoke. Like, Dana's literally been shitting on Fedor for so long, basically because Fedor was like, yo, I'm not going to the UFC. And so it's completely understandable now why he's shitting on Francis. What I really don't get is him shitting on Aljamain Sterling, man. Whether you like him or not, Aljo is the undisputed bantamweight champion of the world. And not only that, you look at his track record, just look at the names he's fought. He's fought Henry Cejudo, who he called it himself. If no one else, Henry Cejudo definitely calls himself the greatest combat athlete of all time. But then also after that, you got TJ Dillashaw, who is arguably one of the best bantamweights ever. Peter Yan, this one we all know for that legal knee, but then he actually beat him fair and square. I think literally because of that knee, they try to take away like literally all of these other fights. And also at the same time, if you're literally grounded and take a knee when you're not expecting it, and I think Aljo's neck was kind of fucked up as well. Like, bro, I think anyone would react like that. His was probably a bit over the top, but dude, like, there's absolutely no way you get kneed unexpectedly and like you're good. Like, Peter Yan legit took him, just kneed him to the dome. And then it's like after that, like, even though he wasn't performing well that fight, the next fight they did end up fighting each other and he beat him fair and square. So that's why I do think that the knee is kind of almost overshadowing the rest of his career. But even looking at other names, he's beat Corey Sandhagen already. He's beaten Pedro Munoz. Cody Stamann literally last weekend had an amazing fight. Like, dude's got some names on here. Renan Barao. Like, I think I also saw the stats somewhere, or I think Aljo himself might have actually said it. But out of his like starting fights in the UFC, literally everything else has been the top 10 or top 15 ranked opponent. Like, especially comparing it to someone like Sean O'Malley, who has literally fought no one. Like, I don't know why. Actually getting to the point now, I don't know why Dana's shitting on him so much, man. Like, definitely go check out his podcast. He put something out kind of responding to Dana, but in that too, he was like, look, I fight whenever you ask me to, I do all the promotion you want me to, I'm like the ultimate like company's man, basically. And so for no reason, like, I think I forget who asked the question, but some reporter asked Dana the question, and he started out by basically just shitting on Aljo for no reason, and at the end he wrapped it up. He was like, and yeah, they're definitely fighting August 19th. Aljo was basically like, yo, why did you have to shit on me, basically? Like, it would have been so easy for him to be like, hey, like, yeah, they're fighting August 19th, run it. Like, I just cut it at that. Like, I get they're trying to promote Sean O'Malley, but bro, like, Aljo, at least from what I'm thinking, Aljo's about to ragdoll dude. Like, this reminds me so much of Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till, and then even Wonderboy, where the UFC and Dana wanted Wonderboy or Darren Till to win, and Dana literally just shitted on Tyron Woodley for absolutely no reason, and then Tyron just went out, beat both of them, defended his belt, and Dana still shat on him. Like, it's so similar to Aljo right now, man. Like, he's literally beat all these dudes. He's defended his belt 3 times already. And also, he's the champ in one of the best divisions in the UFC. Like, the bantamweight division, top to bottom, is absolutely stacked. And Aljo is the undisputed champ of that division, man. So yeah, when I did see that Dana shit on Aljo, it caught me off guard. I was like, yo, this is weird as fuck. And honestly, because of this, I really want Aljo to go out, just start Sean. And then I think after this fight too, he might be moving up to 45. So that'll be super dope, man. This weekend there is no UFC, so instead of reacting to what should have been a fight card, I'm gonna hop over on the UFC Reddit. Let's see what they're talking about on there. So this is the first post that kind of just made me choke a little bit. Jan Blachowicz was on Ariel Helwani's show, aka the MMA Hour, and on that he basically said this. He was like, yo, I'm trying to check my stand-up against his. And I 1,000,000,000% agree with this comment. Personally, bro, there's no way. I wouldn't even spar Alex Pereira, man. Dude is such a monster. I know if he catches me with his left hook, I'm out. I like being awake, man. I like controlling when I actually fall asleep. I would not want to spar Alex Pereira. But also, I think this comment just shows how much of a fucking dog Jan Blachowicz is. Dude is an absolute monster. This fight is about to be insane. They're just two big, tough motherfuckers going at it, and I think it's about to be super exciting. As far as stand-up goes, I really don't see this being a stand-up fight. I think Jan's best chance is to kind of pressure Alex to the fence, shoot for a takedown, try to take him down, and just basically lay on him. Like, the game plan should be the exact same game plan as it was against Izzy. Like, you don't even want the risk of that left hook just landing on you. Like, you don't want those problems. Like, Alex Pereira's knees, you don't want none of those issues, man. But yeah, bro, the legendary Polish Power versus the Boatan. This is about to be lit. And yeah, bro, this is literally what I was just talking about. Dana White is screwing Aljo so hard that people are going to start pulling for him. 100%. And like, even this first comment, pretty much what I said, I think they're summarizing it way better. But yeah, dude, it's insane to me. Like, it literally doesn't make sense. So I don't know if you guys saw, but the day that Francis made his announcement that he was going to PFL, John Jones let off a few tweets basically claiming that Francis ran away, and now he's calling himself the baddest man on the planet, all this shit, which obviously is definitely very hypocritical, because dude was there, then he took 3 years off, and then now starts talking shit to Francis now that Francis isn't in the UFC. And honestly, I think part of it is truly that John Jones is actually kind of angry, because I mean, you know for a fact that John Jones is not going to duck smoke. Like, I really don't think that John Jones is scared of Francis, and honestly, I think he would actually love it if he could test himself against Francis. And so a part of him, at least I think as like a competitor, is disappointed that he doesn't get this fight. And also at the same time, bro, John Jones 100% believes that he's the baddest man on the planet, and so for someone else to claim it, I'm sure it irks him a bit. But in the same sense though, Francis still 100% deserves to call himself the baddest man on the planet, and the best thing would have been for the two to fight. Obviously that shit's not happening, seems like it. Bro, if Dana would allow it, they should 100% do some type of cross promotion. Just give the fans what they want, what the fighters want. Like, we could actually see who is the baddest man on the planet. That fight would be amazing. I still want it. Fingers crossed. I hope it ends up happening, man. And I hope it ends up happening before one of them gets super old either. Like, I want them to both be healthy, somewhat in their prime. Just go at it. But yeah, man, who knows? Who knows? Oh, dude, this was actually fire. Bro, so here, Jalen Turner and Hamza were actually in Dubai training together. I think this is so dope, because the one thing that Jalen Turner struggles with is grappling, and Hamza's probably one of the best grapplers in the UFC, period. Or honestly, one of the best grapplers in the world, period. And so them training together, I think it's super dope. He also put always a student of the game. You can see him training together. I think it's super, like, I just love this shit. Like, especially Jalen Turner as a 155er, and Hamza's clearly just way bigger than him. They're never actually gonna fight, so for them to work together to be one of the best in the world and just help each other improve, I think it's super dope. I really think more fighters should totally do this. Like, I even saw recently the Bilal Muhammad is actually training with Khabib at AKA, so that's super dope as well. Bilal's fight against Sean Brady, Khabib was in his corner, and bro, that was the best he looked so far. So for him to go there, just learn from like one of the GOATs, like, bro, I totally think you should do this, especially if you're a pro, especially if you're a ranking opponent. Bro, I think it's so dope, man. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for this video, man. As always, be sure to check out all the links in the bio. At least it's something I'm working on. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube-y shit. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.